So one of the sectors is the banking and the private sector bank, select ones, and the PSU banks. So PSU bank has gone through a rough phase for last 7-8 years. Since last 6 months, they have started picking up, but relatively they're in much, the valuation wise, they are still at lower levels. So you feel that, with the credit cycle, started to build up and the asset quality is improving and has improved. So the PSU banks and select private sector banks with lower valuations are something which will really gain this year as well. Apart from that, manufacturing is a sector which we continue to like because of clean focus of by the government of India on ensuring that the manufacturing is kind of into getting more and more into the Indian economy. With the manufacturing also, telecom is another sector which we are really bullish on because telecom has gone through a bad phase for last 4-5 years. Between that you could see that between Reliance and Bharti and the other participants, there was a lot of price war. Now this price war to some extent has cooled and the ARPU increase has started to begin, which eventually will kind of get better and better in terms of how the telecom as a sector will evolve. So we are also bullish on telecom as another sector. Apart from that, we are also bullish on IT. Of course, IT now can be accumulated, but we feel that there is still some pain which is left in IT, and investors should consider IT after next 3 to 6 months. So second half, especially for second half of this calendar year, looks better for IT companies, especially the ones which will give growth. Apart from IT, we also continue to like FMCG, but in the later part of CY23, and that is because of the next year being the election year, government will have a lot of focus on the rural portion. That's where the FMCG companies come into picture. So second half of would be really good for the FMCG companies, considering the next year is an election year. So these are broadly the sectors. But apart from that, we would also we also like some asset classes and which we feel would be should be a part of the portfolio. One of them is the gold. So gold has done well in recent past, but because of the volatility that we expect in the recent in recent terms in markets, we feel that gold for next 3 to 6 months to 1 year, in fact, would be a very good outlook that we should have, and we should have that position in the portfolio as well for the gold. Apart from that, the global equity has gone through a rough patch. We know that what happened to Nasdaq, what happened to Dow Jones. They're still not really completely out of the woods, but right now the valuations are much attractive, cheap, and that's the reason we continue to feel that we should look in and invest in the ETFs or fund of funds which is there in for the global equities, be it in the Nasdaq ETF, be it in the S&P, be it in, let's say, in some other developed markets like Japan, and of course China, because again has very kind of gone through bad phase as well. uh, so in short, this is what our view is in terms of the sectors.